Hello, everyone. Welcome to Down to Hell once again. Is this episode 5? Is anybody counting?
Five, six.
5.
Yeah.
It's at least
Does
4.
it matter?
It's at least 5. Is it 5 or 6? I don't know. Anyway, it's another Down to Hell with me and Steph, and we are infested with guests right now. As we'll do the regular stuff that we normally do on an open forum night. So we'll be watching the chat and taking questions. So any questions to me, Hellraiser, or otherwise, or indeed in relation to stuff we'll talk about as we go along as normal. There are also giveaways lined up and threats for me to do one, maybe 2 live readings this evening for the first time. We'll see how that goes. But we're going to talk about Horror Hub a bit tonight, which is why we are already joined by, the Archangel David. Anyone who's listened to the previous 97 episodes of Down to Hell will be aware of the existence of the Archangel David, who floats in the background and occasionally talks to us and helps monitor the chat and run the giveaways and so forth. That's David with the cobwebs on his forehead. David Flood. Say hello, David. There you go. A face to an archangel. Sounds like a song. The face of an angel. I don't know whether everybody seeing the same screen as me? If so, nestling.
No, this is what they're seeing.
Are they? Yes. Oh, then
we're seeing that. They're seeing this.
Is it? I guess to David's right, if you were, as far as David's concerned, to his right. Anyway, the other guy who isn't called David, Steph, or Doug is Nathan Briner. Hi, Nathan.
Hello there. How are we doing tonight?
Hey, good. Welcome. So, why don't you explain? We are also apparently going to be joined by Josh Balls in a little while, and by Chad as well, theoretically, we believe. We
maybe,
hope. We trust
not.
And pray. Doesn't look that way at the moment.
He's 5-year-olds hanging with him right now, so.
Okay.
Hey, he's got to play dad.
Bring the kid on the show. That'll be.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, yeah.
Raise the level of conversation.
What? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I need you to take great offense at that.
Violent.
I'm like trying to secretly send you messages on the table.
Well, I thought you were. I thought
violence is also on the agenda for tonight, apparently.
Steph nudged me with her left knee. I thought she was trying to tell me.
I'm just incapable of sitting
don't
still.
Don't talk about
so
5-year-olds.
No, so I just did that.
This is my side of the desk. So let's start talking a bit about Horror Hub. Nathan, why don't you start and talk about what your part in Horror Hub is and how Horror Hub came to be born?
Oh boy,
and what it is.
So where do we begin?
What it is.
Horror Hub. It's a whole lot of fun things. We started as the marketplace, and we're growing that, branching off into Twitch, doing some fun stuff on here. We have like 50 other fun things planned that are going to be coming your way soon. But it was born, I don't know, last year, whenever everything was shut down, the world was crazy. We started thinking, how can we bring everyone together? I have a background in special effects, mask making, props, all that fun stuff. So
you went to Tom's school, correct?
I did, yeah. I went to Tom's school. And while I was there,
Tom Savini, if anybody's wondering.
There were so many talented artists there, and I'm sitting around thinking, okay, how are these people reaching their target market right now? Because there's no conventions to sell at. Most of them maybe have like a smaller website that they're not driving a lot of traffic to. So we were thinking, how can we bring that convention-like atmosphere to an online presence? The marketplace idea popped up to where we could connect buyers and sellers alike for all horror merchandise. It's also a way for the horror community to kind of band together. We needed a niche marketplace for horror because there's Amazon, there's Etsy, but this is the horror family right here. So, that's the first aspect of it. I'm sure when Balls comes on, he's gonna, explain a lot more fun things.
So
He's
people
also,
think about Etsy, but taking out the non-horror related stuff.
yeah, that's the thing with Etsy is, you could sell a cool mask on there, but you're also next to like a quilt or, a packet of envelopes or, a mug or something. I mean, so it's very difficult to find a certain artist's work on there unless you're really looking for that artist. So, with Horror Hub, we have a complete vendor store list where you can search by vendor. And going back to like the small artist thing, as a small artist, I want to prop individual artists up on the same level as like the large scale suppliers. So, on Horror Hub, we do have large scale mask and costume suppliers, and that's going to be right next to an artist that makes maybe one or two of a certain mask. So they're going to get the exposure that they otherwise wouldn't have had before. So, that was my intention, to really help support, grow these smaller artists. And from that, it's just branched into so many different things, which I'm so grateful for. But that's how it was born. That was the idea. And we're taking a wild ride.
And the marketplace is up and running now.
It is. Yeah. The marketplace has been launched for about 4 months now. And it's growing so fast. Every day there's new vendors, there's new products. And we have one of the largest selections of masks and costumes online right now. So just in time. Season.
What's the incentive for people to say stop selling on Etsy and come over to Horror Hub?
There's a few. First, we don't gouge prices. For vendors, we take a 10% fee, and that's only once a product sells. So, if you're an artist, you can sign up, create a store, list your products for free.
There's no listing fees either.
No listing fees. No. We take a 10% fee for the transaction, which a lot of that goes towards processing the transaction. So it's 10% fee to vendors. That's one big selling point. Like the other, I said before, this is a niche marketplace. So, we're bringing their target market to them essentially. So, the people that are coming to the Horror Hub, they're looking for products like theirs. They're not looking for, a doormat that says Merry Christmas or something. So, it's that target market.
Right. And I think increasingly along with the other platforms online, I think Etsy is more and more censoring search options.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy to find. And they're
That's
straight up
on Etsy as well as Instagram.
Oh yeah, and they're
the
straight
censoring.
up, pulling things off too. Etsy's things they deem too, graphic or gory or,
Well,
we take all the blood and gore.
will you have any censorship policy on, or will it just be within the law?
It's within copyrights, if we were to, it's a fine line. Some of our vendors are licensed vendors. They do sell the licensed products. You're also going to have your Etsy sellers, or, I keep saying Etsy, but it's just individual artists that maybe make something really cool that has the likeness of, let's just say Hellraiser, or the likeness of Freddy Krueger or Beetlejuice or something. We let that fly. There haven't been any issues yet, but
well, it's everywhere. You go to any convention and every vendor, is selling.
Well, there is a
stuff
difference between an
derived from those.
artist rendering of it and straight up lifting an image from a movie or something and slapping it on a shirt. That's,
I think also there's a difference between reproducing images and trading directly off the name Hellraiser or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
And that's what's really cool too, is we see a lot of these products on here that have the likeness of certain franchises, but you would never see it as a licensed product because it's so unique. I mean, the creative minds of some of these artists it really comes out. It's cool to see some of those things.
And who's the horror hub Taliban? Who is defining horror? Where does horror end and fantasy begin? And are you allowing sword and sorcery in, for example? Are you allowing science fiction in?
Yeah.
Who's setting the parameters?
It's funny. I've been asked that by a few of our vendors as well. They said, what constitutes as horror? And they said, we have this. And I said, it could be, like a little girl's like princess costume for Halloween, and it's horror. I mean, as long as it's Halloween, it's horror, it's the haunt industry, it's the
Halloween's different. I mean, Halloween is part of horror, and Halloween brings, anything and everything into its tent, which is one of the things that makes Halloween so wonderful. You can be anything you want to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so there's a large umbrella. I mean, we're between clothing, props, masks, anything like that. We have such a diverse, I mean, there's aliens on there, there's gore. I mean, it's just, as long as it fits under that family, the horror, the
strict, no Star Wars, no Star Trek.
No Star Wars.
No blue light.
No blue lightning while Hellrays are out.
I'm dying at some of these comments though over here. It says, or the nipples freed.
Well, here's a question for you. It's someone asking, do the vendors need to already be established, or are new artists welcome?
So both. I mean, we do screen the products to keep the integrity of the products to a certain level. So we do that. I personally meet or FaceTime with almost every vendor that signs up. That way I can, just create like a personal relationship with them. And that way they feel comfortable to reach back out anytime they have questions.
That's something that doesn't happen with Etsy.
No, fuck no. They wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's a great thing. I mean, like with
absolutely
setting up my YouTube channel. YouTube is this monstrous entity that is uncontactable.
Yeah.
That everything is complicated.
It is. Yeah.
And there's not any point at which you can, email Bob and talk to Bob about the specific issue you want to raise. It's like this monolithic thing.
Yeah. That's like Instagram.
That expects you to jump and skip to its tune, And if they tell you to jump, they only want you to jump. If you want to ask how high, or is it okay if I skip for a bit, they don't want to know. And I think that's great that you're offering that ability to talk one-on-one. That's got to be an advantage for artists and
absolutely. I mean, the thing about Etsy, they started, it was all handmade. Everything had to be handmade. Now the place is like a flea market, and there's retail, like straight up retail items, new and packaged. So it became less about artists, which is a shame, because it did start out with the best intentions. But I think with anything, once the money starts coming into the picture, it's about getting more, and then it's no longer just for artists. It's just for whoever wants to sell anything, it seems.
Right.
Yeah. I see.
And you'll spread across the range in that way, I assume. So somebody who's got a few horror paintings to sell right across to Funko Pop, if they want to sell through Etsy, through Horror Hub. I'm a great spokesman. Then you're okay with that too, presumably.
Absolutely, yeah. We actually started having a lot of the Funko Pop sellers join.
Right.
And what they're doing is, it's really cool. They're taking the Funko Pop box and making like custom art on the outside of it. So they're selling. There's like, it's really neat. Like I've seen like Krampus ones. I've seen like Kruger ones, and like just different ones. That the box is it's still there. The Funko's inside, and then they do the custom art on the outside.
Yeah, I think Kyle does that too.
Yeah,
Yes, he does. Yeah.
It's a really cool trend. So we
Yeah.
started to see, I think we have like 3 or 4 vendors that do that right now. So that's a growing trend on the site.
Certainly a lot more exciting than the Funko Pops themselves, which I think
Oh,
are
absolutely. Yeah,
terribly,
some of the
terribly
artwork on this.
boring.
Yeah.
Jesus, can you have any idea what that company must be worth now?
Oh,
I mean,
billions.
They
the
make
number of
ridiculous.
everything.
just by far and away, without question,
Yeah.
the single thing I sign most of at conventions right now is Funko Pops.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
they're
stream across my table, and I'm one tiny little invisible dot in the whole Funko Pop universe. I can't imagine how many of those they're selling right across the board.
it's
There's no corner of the universe that they they don't have covered. You know, from
they do everything.
politics to sports. Yeah.
But yes, I mean, it's been cool too, because a lot of our vendors, they do sell, even the Funko Pop vendors. I mean, they sell the horror ones and they sell like the Marvel ones, they sell sport ones, but they've been really good about just listing the horror ones on, because we haven't run into the issue yet where someone's really tried listing something else. I mean, I would obviously talk to the vendor, that's outside of the horror or goth realm or, Halloween realm or anything like that. So it's been good so far. And getting back to like talking with every vendor, I just want to keep, with our vendors, even with our customers, that personal relationship. That way they can trust us. Because that's part of the battle is coming out onto the scene as a new marketplace. And that's why we do the conventions a lot too. That way we can get into the face of the customers, the consumers, the vendors. They're able to talk to myself, Josh, David, Chad, and put a face with the brand. That's the best way to grow this, and then that gains the trust of the consumers, the vendors, to where we're a trusted, valid marketplace at that point. So.
And how many vendors would you say you have at the moment?
We have about 100 right now. 100 vendors. There's over 2,000 products on here. We have vendors that have anything from 500 products to, like you had mentioned, Doug, an artist that maybe has 2 prints. That we welcome anyone that has anything from like large scale suppliers to your Etsy level artists. So.
I think that's really cool, and I think that's important too. That someone who's just venturing out there, doesn't have a lot of things, but just wants to test the water.
Absolutely. Our next.
They feel that they're as welcome as somebody who's producing things on a like a proper production level.
Absolutely. And we're also looking to really expand into the haunt industry, the haunted attractions, with our large scale animatronic suppliers, the makeup, special effects supplies, all that type of stuff. So as we grow, we're going to continue to have more products on there in different areas of the haunt, the Halloween industries. So, but it's fun.
And you're planning a horror only version of Cameo as well.
We are, yeah. It's going to be Screamio. So that's one of our other fun ideas on top of the marketplace, on top of the Twitch. We are doing Screamio. That's going to be all horror and like metal music icons. So that's
okay.
There too, on Cameo, there's so many people on there. It's
hard to wade through.
Saturated market. Yeah. So
everybody is there.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that aspect of again, like the convention aspect online, and that was part of our thinking whenever everything was shut down, is how can we bring these people to the fans? And of course there's Cameo, but this is our community, this is our horror community, and that's it's easier to find here. So.
And it may also, when you're just scrolling through a specific genre, people, are going to see people they may not have thought of.
Yeah.
And they'll see and go, oh, I remember that guy that played Pinhead.
Right. No, nobody remembers him.
I'm going to have him say hi to my grandma.
Wait, well, he's far too old. He's far too old. He announced he's retired as well.
Yeah, right, really?
He's done.
Yeah.
He's finished. He's over and done.
Yeah. The wrap.
All washed up.
Do vendors have the option of doing custom work per customer request?
Yeah, so we are actually going to be adding a forum on the website shortly.
Oh, cool. Okay.
where vendors or customers can reach out in the forum and say, hey, I need a custom mask made, or I need a custom prop, or whatever it may be. So yeah, then vendors will be able to communicate with the customers directly.
All right.
Excellent.
Cool.
Well,
and then so my part, I know we were, did like a short introduction. So, I was played a big part. I created the Horror Hub Marketplace, and then partnered up with Josh Balls, who will be coming on shortly, and our partner Chad, who's with Child right now, and
with Child.
With Child.
Wow.
With Child.
That's impressive.
What he said in the chat. And then Sweet Angel Baby Voice here. He handles a lot of our social media. So if you ever reach out to us on Instagram, there's a solid chance that David is the one that you're talking with on there. So he does a great job for us on there. And
Step forward, Archangel.
Handles all of our tech because we're stupid and don't know anything about
transform
anything.
into your human self and come and speak to the people.
Yeah. So I guess my little piece is what I've known Nathan for maybe 5 or so years. And then I was on LinkedIn, and I saw that it was a 3-year anniversary of one of my companies that I was going through a rebranding on. So I posted this thing on Facebook. I was like, hey, be on the lookout for this. This is, kind of what I'm looking to do. Nathan shot me a message and then was like, hey, this is what I'm working on. You should do it on our marketplace. And then I was like, sure. And then it just kind of turned into, I already knew Josh. I've known him for almost 8 or 9 years. And then it turned into, hey, you should make this little thing for us. And I was like, okay. And then here I am, 6-7 months later. So it feels good to be a part of a growing company, that's strictly horror based, because we're all passionate about it. So it's not like we're some polo wearing, people that are just like trying to make a buck. Like Nathan went to Tom Savini's school. Josh was, in Motionless in White for a while. I just look like a walking Halloween decoration, so kind of got that going for me.
I'm just making a note to myself to wear a polo shirt next week.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. So like it works because all of us have different backgrounds as well. So like we all play a different part in making this machine work. So it works out great, with the four of us. And it's funny too that you mentioned like the polos, because we all are kind of different. I guess like Balls and David look the most similar. So they kind of play the part. But I'm there rolling in with my like gym clothes on. I have the nipple tanks and short shorts and
and your rice cakes in the other hand.
Yeah, nipple tanks and rice cakes. That's
What
That's the name of my new album. Nipple tanks and rice
nipple
cakes.
tanks and rice cakes.
Oh, the rice cake! I got the rice cakes right here. Here we are. Rice cakes and peanut butter on the deck.
Attaboy.
See that?
See, the problem with rice cakes is they do fall apart, don't they? I like oat cakes. Are you a fan of oat cakes?
I'll have to try the oat cakes.
I like Nairn's organic Scottish oat cakes. Well, I'm half Scottish, you see, and they're made in Scotland, and I get misty. I buy shit online from the UK. I don't think you can get them over here. The oat cakes are really good.
Oat cakes.
Familiar with them?
I'll send you some oat cakes.
I will. Next time I get some oat cakes, I'll send you some.
I'm the rice cakes.
So you have a change up from the rice cakes.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting sick of the rice cakes.
You are not getting sick of it.
Of them too.
I like them, but it is a bit like eating styrofoam sometimes, isn't it?
You have to slather all
The
kinds
apple
of stuff
cinnamon
on
ones.
there.
The apple cinnamon ones are where it's at. Apple cinnamon with peanut butter on there. Oh.
There you go. You see,
Yeah.
make
thing taste like other thing.
Yes.
That's my thing.
It's one of his gripes about America. Make thing taste like
everything
other
in America has to taste like something else. Right? First time I went to the grocery store here to buy myself some oatmeal, I eat oatmeal or porridge as we know it in England through the winter, and I'm standing in front of this like mile-long shelving with oatmeal that tastes of blueberry and apple and cinnamon and this and that and the other and strawberry and everything except oatmeal. I just want oatmeal.
Oatmeal flavored oatmeal.
Oatmeal flavored oatmeal, you know? Like
Oatmeal flavored
stupid
oatmeal.
flavored coffee.
That's a rare find.
Yeah, we had that cartoon up in the kitchen for a
Nothing
while.
wrong with stupid flavored
With a-
coffee.
Barista in a coffee shop was obviously just taking a request from a customer who's saying, do we have something called a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure our partner Chad would call that something. What did he call?
Oh my God. He said hot potatoes or something.
Hot chips.
Hot chips.
Hot chips. Get the
chips.
fuck out of here.
Yes.
He's
I
also
had,
the
I
one-
had never, this is when we were at Steel
We
City
all went out
Con,
to
we
eat,
all went
yeah.
out to get some food on Saturday night,
I'll have some hot chip. What?
and
hot
everything stopped. Everyone went,
What?
you just ask for hot chips?
Hot chips.
And that poor waitress looked over at him like
She hated us all.
she was. I don't know if she was trying to like figure out like if he was like trolling a little bit or if she didn't actually know the menu. But even like when he started talking about everything, like, oh boy, here's Josh, so I got to fix the cropping. You can thank Josh
Hey.
for messing everything up.
Okay. Oh,
Hey, you can thank me for being
There he
so
is.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
okay. Well, so we've
Now the fun begins.
it's also worth saying, I think, in his absence, that that Chad brings some serious business chops
Oh yeah.
with him
Oh, he's-
to Horror Hub.
It's a total blessing, absolutely.
Former
How do I
CEO
sound, by
of
the way?
Discogs, I discovered, which excited me because I've bought a lot of albums from Discogs. So the man on screen at the moment proclaiming that root beer is sick is Mr. Josh Balls.
Hey, can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah. I can do
Yeah,
that.
we can hear you.
Hey, thanks for
So-
having me. I decided to show up today. I was, out, hanging out, just mowing my lawn, doing the usual. That's not true. I was, just hopping around. I'm hopping around on Twitch today is what I'm doing. So
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, well, you just come out of space station, ice cold.
space
Zebra.
station zebra.
Space station zebra.
Is that
Um,
where who named Space Zebra?
Bobby.
Did he
Yeah.
name it for the thing? Because that's in the thing, Space Ice Station Zebra, right?
It's not. It's not in the. Is it Ice Station Zebra?
I thought
Is that
it
in the
was.
thing?
I think so, right?
I don't think it's Ice Station Zebra. Could we get
Somewhere-
a
There
fact
is
check
an
on
ice
that?
station. Is that ice cold in
what?
Alex? No, that's different.
Steph, what are you talking about?
The name Space Zebra.
Yeah, there is an ice station zebra somewhere in the movies. We need
Yeah.
to Google that.
An
Find
ice
out.
station
what that is.
zebra?
Hold on a
Yeah, but
second.
maybe
Let's
the thing-
let's try out this new little transition thing we have.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so Ice Station Zebra on Wiki. Oh, Josh isn't cropped in here. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, Josh.
That's okay. I don't matter.
You do to me. See, that's what happens when you decide to be late and run your own program.
Josh,
Hey, busy.
did you get slammed by Ida?
I got a little bit. There's some flooding here. There's some roads closed from like creeks overrunning some streets and stuff,
Yeah.
but nothing crazy. I thought my basement was gonna get flooded, but my sump pumps took care of them.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, cool. Good. Because I was looking. We got off lightly. I think we were right on the western fringe of it. I mean, it rained for 10 hours nonstop, but it wasn't terrible.
Did you see Philly?
Oh,
I did.
Yeah.
I was just looking at
The expressway is like a river. It's
Yeah.
completely underwater.
it's terrifying.
bizarre, and the stuff out, and you've seen that tidal wave coming down into the subway.
No.
yeah. I mean,
Oh God, it's like a tsunami. It's like a special effect out of a movie. It is just like someone just
Yeah.
opened a faucet on a miniature of the station, and there's trains on the platform with just water pouring over the
Uh-huh.
top of them.
Be afraid of getting electrocuted.
Oh God, yes. Yeah.
So what have you guys been
Well, actually, hold on, Josh. Could we get a show of hands in the chat if this is your first time in here? Because I know I've seen some names that we haven't seen before.
There's some different names in here.
Because I think we might have to introduce them with something a little special, just to kind of set the tone a little bit.
Give some stuff away.
I think we might just need to show them something.
First time Stardust Gold.
You're scaring me, David.
Well, I think there's some people that don't know about the Garth Brooks video.
Look out.
Wait, the
Oh,
what?
everyone
Oh,
needs-
Josh, you don't know what this is?
Are you talking about Goth Brooks?
You don't? Yes.
Garth Brooks. No,
Garth
Garth
Brooks. No,
Brooks.
Garth Brooks. This is how many years ago do we think this is? It's not that
It's
many
very
years ago.
recent.
It's like within the last 5 years.
Garth
Yeah.
Brooks launched himself on Facebook, like Facebook had only been invented the day before. And Garth Brooks is, I mean, Steph and I got kind of obsessed with him. He's an extraordinary.
Well, only because my son showed us this podcast that relentlessly mocks him. I'm like,
Yes.
why are people mocking Garth
is-
Brooks other than the fact that he
is called-
sucks and his music sucks? But
Your mama's house?
no,
No,
your
my mom's
mom's-
house.
Your
Mom's
mom's
You
house.
say
My
his
mom's
music.
house.
You say Garth Brooks' music sucks.
Oh,
How
here we
dare you.
go.
100%.
How
Um,
dare you.
100%. So,
so this
anyway,
is-
so they
this is-
relentlessly mock Garth Brooks, and I'm thinking, shitty music, whatever, corporate country music, but it goes a lot deeper than that. So sort of looking into it and found the Facebook video, Garth's first Facebook video.
It's kind of become like the official video of this page, you know? It's so good. So I'm
Are
gonna
you
play it
playing
for
it?
everybody.
Okay,
it's
I wanna
gonna
hear
pop
it.
up.
Well, I guess
He
it's
shot it
official.
in a motel room
We're now on
somewhere, and
Facebook. I really wasn't
I
sure
don't know.
about this
Well,
at the start.
oh,
Here, let
there
David
he
play
goes.
And a
it.
friend of
It
mine.
doesn't need description.
All right, here we go.
Well, I guess
Let me
it's
get it.
official. We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about this at the start. But then a friend of mine said something that just made all kinds of sense. She said, think of it more as a conversation.
I can't
like
hear
that.
it.
But I'm already finding out on my own. So it's wiping the walls out between you and me.
Because you guys
I
have your
really like
browsers
that.
muted.
It allows us
No, I
into each
muted
other's
it.
Feedback
worlds,
if
or
you don't.
I guess in my case, the hotel room.
I got nothing. It's not playing on
When I
the.
think about things I
Can
want to
anybody in the
post,
chat hear it?
I want to post
Yeah, I
cool
can
stuff,
hear it.
slick stuff,
I
neat
can't.
stuff.
Games.
But most of the stuff I'm going to post is going to be raw stuff like this. This is just who I am. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
All right, let's dissect that for a second.
I don't know why I
Um,
couldn't hear it. What did he say?
Well, I'll send you the link, Josh. But just the
Writing's
way
not that easy.
he's like,
Just so fucking creepy. I mean,
He's-
I really like that.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna post stuff that's gonna be raw. Like, why did he
Raw?
say it like that?
He wants to get
he's a
raw.
fucking serial killer.
Raw. It's gonna be raw.
Yeah.
And somebody told me it's gonna be like having a conversation with the fans. I like
But
that.
the crazy thing is, Facebook has been around for how long now?
Fucking
at
like
least-
14 years.
I've never
Yeah.
been near Facebook, and I know how Facebook works. It's like he just suddenly had
Yeah,
this.
it's like I'm
Oh,
gonna,
electricity, people! It's great.
join
What's
the rest
electricity?
of the world and get on Facebook.
You plug things in, and they work sometimes.
Someone said I had to play this every week now and put it in the intro.
We should make it the new introductory
Splice
video.
it in.
actually.
I think we need to just get Garth Brooks on the stream and ask him about this video.
I also recommend always to everybody his the TV biography. Is that what I mean? Documentary.
Yeah,
His own documentary.
Yeah. very
The
disturbing.
Road I'm On. I'm going to get myself a. It just goes generically as G.
Gee.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You must be bored.
kind of.
But it's great if you
G-World.
go on his social media, the comments are absolutely flooded with people from Your Mom's House podcast leaving comments about, where's the bodies,
Where are the
Garth?
bodies,
The
Garth?
families need closure, Garth.
Let the children go.
Yeah.
See,
Great,
that's
Run away,
that's,
Trish.
That's my kind of that's my kind of humor right there.
Yeah. Good stuff.
It's
So
cool.
anyway,
We have talked. Nathan has introduced himself and talked about the origins of Horror Hub and what the marketplace is, how it works, in quite a lot of detail, and the state of play with the marketplace, where we're at and how that's running. And we talked briefly about Screamio, and David introduced himself as well and talked about his route into, listen to me everybody, route, did you hear that? The Englishman
We're
said
about to get educated.
route, not route. So your turn, Josh, I think.
Okay, that seems like he cleared it up.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You're doing to have
I
a
ask
root beer.
myself that question every
What
day.
is your role in Horror Hub, John?
I was just one of those dudes that just got I was in the right place, the right time. Nathan just thought I was really cool and was like, "Hey, this is really cool." That's about it. No, I mean it's honestly just a lot of like connecting the dots. I do a lot of connecting the dots in Horror Hub, and I feel like that's one of those things that to get something off the ground from ground zero is really tough. So I feel like for my place was connecting the dots from, you know, taking Nathan's vision and putting it in front of an audience that deserves it. You know, going from, you know, getting, you know, showing it to a person like you or a person like this or a person like that. So it's, you know, to grow a brand from zero is really tough, but to have someone that has some sort of a platform is always a good, it's a good jumping point. And a lot of people, you know, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I have some sort of like respect in this world. And, you know, when there's a name that people are familiar with, they tend to, you know, be like, okay, you know, this is something I can get behind. So a lot of my role in Horror Hub is honestly a lot of public relations and trying to, you know, help. You know, obviously I love doing marketing and cool stuff like that, but you know, I try to, you know, me and Nathan try to touch on everything, but you know, a lot of my thing is a lot of networking and doing things like that and helping with marketing and, you know, just trying to touch all bases and trying to grow it in which way and in a very respectable way, because we don't want to be some hokey Spirit Halloween situation. We want to be a site that's, you know, not only looked at by people that will shop at Spirit Halloween, but then will also shop at conventions and serious collectors as well. So, you know, I'm just a, you know, kind of a jack of all trades and trying to build it and grow it, you know, like.
And you're very much an ideas guy. You fling ideas out left, right, and center.
Yeah,
which is good. We haven't really talked about the Twitch end of things. I mean, I've said before when we had Josh on as our first guest or first episode, but I'll recap quickly. My route into here was that Bobby Shabensky invited me to be a guest on Ice Station Zebra, as it will now be known. And I said sure, and I was, and Josh was also present, as you are always. I mean, I didn't know you were a co-host. I thought you were another guest at the time. I didn't really catch that was the way that was working. And I had never, I didn't know Josh from a barrel of grapes at that point.
I wish I was a barrel of grapes.
I love grapes so much.
I'd ferment you and drink you if you were.
I've heard that before.
It'd be the ultimate in marketing bottles of wine. First turn your icon into a barrel of grapes, then ferment them, then drink them. A once only offer.
Hey, sign me up.
I didn't, you know, absolutely honest, I didn't know anything about Motionless in White. But anyway, shortly after being on Space Zebra, which was very, very cool, had a great time. Steph and I were contacted by Josh. Hey, we want to launch a Twitch show and we'd like you to present it. And here I am.
And I was like, fuck
here we
no.
are.
I think that's my favorite part is Steph wanted nothing to do with it, and now she's like a diehard co-host. And don't say you don't love it, because I know you do, and it's you guys are so well together, and you love being here. Admit it here, admit it now. I want to hear it.
I love you guys.
That's all we get.
I love I love the concept of Horror Hub. I'm still very much out of my comfort zone
I love
here,
Lamp.
but I am here
I mean,
nonetheless.
It doesn't show at all, does it? I mean,
It really
Not in
doesn't.
the
I mean,
slightest
All
bit.
inside.
She's so articulate, so smart. And
I mean, speaking,
funny.
I mean, Twitch is just such an interesting platform, and I really love it because over at Space Zebra we do a lot of great things. Like a few days ago, we raised $60,000 for a charity, and this is a kind of place that's possible to do things like that. And in the horror world, there's nothing that people are. It's such a balls. Everybody loves each other, but everybody stays in their bubble, and that's the only thing about horror that I want to kind of. I want to burst that bubble. I want to make people connect more. And I think that's where Horror Hub, the marketplace, Twitch and all the other things that is just connecting that horror community and building something and getting people out of their comfort zone. And a lot of people are, I hate to say this in the horror community, but a lot of people are little dinosaurs and they need to,
I think you do need to be aware, honestly, that leaving actors aside, because we're publicity whores, but I think you do have to be aware that Steph's by no means unrepresentative of the horror world, and possibly particularly of the artist and creator. There are a lot of people in the world of horror who like being in their bubble and want to stay in their bubble and don't want their bubble burst or intruded on.
Well, we just kind of want to whisper into their bubble and be like, hey, it's okay. We'll protect your bubble.
Just send messages through the letterbox and you'll be okay.
I mean,
We'll do
conventions.
We'll do the work for you. We'll do it for you. What's also very surprising? That Nathan is here. Wherever he's at, whatever bubble he's at, whichever
he's a bubble above you.
Yeah. He's a lot more difficult to get in front of a camera than I've ever met in anybody, and it's crazy. He's not saying anything. Has he been quiet this entire time, or has he been talking?
Oh, you've been he stopped talking when you joined.
Oh, now he stops talking. All right.
He's been eating rice cakes live on Twitch.
I'm surprised he has a shirt on, to be completely honest.
That's what I said. I said, how many subs can we get for him to switch over to a nipple tank?
Speaking of subs, it is September, David and Nathan.
Oh,
yeah, 20% off subs.
Did you get that September?
Well, I think it is.
So if you guys would like to give some subs, please do. It supports our channel. We're trying to grow, obviously, as you know. So please gift your friends some subs, and now is the best time.
Giveaway for that. Let's.
Should we do it?
Why Hey, listen, we don't have to give anything away. We're trying to pressure them into gifting subs without giving them things.
Okay, all right. You're not having anything this week.
Nothing.
I mean, maybe we'll give some away, but maybe we won't. But I mean, you should gift your friends subs because it's 20% off this week.
Now, in terms of the Twitch tentacle of Horror Hub. Down to Hell is not the only gig in town, or not planned to be the only gig in town. You plan a bunch of Twitch.
Oh, 5 subs right there. Love it.
See, son of a saint, angel.
Nice.
So that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to make a network, basically what Space Zebra has done, but in the horror world and the paranormal world. Is like I would like to have a paranormal show on a day of the week. I would love to have other worlds of our world on one network, so we can consistently be live. And I think that's one thing I would love to bring to this channel is more content and more engaging as well with other things. Like I love paranormal, and I'm such a big fan of that world. And especially it would be nice to have a true crime day. And I'm not saying towards you, Steph. I'm just saying in general it'd be nice to have a true crime day. And it's just so nice that it all sits in the same world, which is awesome. And just having fun content, and even a video game day where it's what we only rounded around cool horror games. I mean, I guess all games are horror games, let's be real. Everything should be horror.
Yes.
I think what I need to do too, we're gonna switch over to this screen here. I think we need to look at one of Josh Balls' past moments.
What do you mean?
I have a Josh Balls best moments YouTube video here.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. 30 seconds.
Don't embarrass me.
Come on. we want to see Josh Balls as a little baby.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends.
All right. So we'll throw some audio on and let's see Josh
I wonder
Balls.
if I can hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're.
no.
He probably knows the video too. All right, what do we got here?
I don't know it.
I'm Balls and I play keyboards.
Look how cute he is. So innocent.
Baby balls.
Oh, I can't hear it, so thank God.
No, I
It's
can't
because you
hear
steal
either.
trash.
Yeah.
It's because you're trash.
I'm trash.
Yeah.
Garbage.
No, it's because you're.
Said
It's
play
because
the
you're
video
cute.
of him
Pretty dumb
skateboarding.
tattoos.
Yeah, we all some pretty
I got metal tattooed. I have like Mario Kart. Can you guys hear it?
Nah.
No.
Invincibility.
Your tab's
Damn it.
muted. If you unmute it, you'll get an echo.
I
though.
like being first.
Oh.
Ability? What did that?
Balls took my answer.
Thank God I can't hear this.
Let's see your metal tattoo.
Alright, so what are you
What
doing
is this?
today?
Look at that hair. I don't know. It was going then. You can tell.
I never know what I'm doing anytime.
Oh, you still have hair there.
Wow, MySpace.com.
Wow.
That's a nice. Oh,
MySpace.
Wow.
Who's
Are
this
we,
cutie on the screen?
Does that date me or what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
It
sure
does.
does.
Look at you.
Aw,
You
little
beautiful.
baby Josh.
Yeah, there is a video of Josh and I skateboarding in his church.
Really? That's fine.
Nice.
Cool.
So no, I mean, Horror Hub is just, it's honestly, it's a going back to Horror Hub. It is a family, and I think that's what, everything that I like to do is just doing it and doing it right and doing it patiently and doing it one piece at a time, and I just want to grow it just to like, I love this world. I grew up in this world. I've always been true and passionate about just being a weirdo, and I love it so much, and it's become my life and it's encompassed my life. If you walk into any aspect of my life, you understand who I am. And I love that about Horror Hub, because you understand if you're looking at it, you're not just getting some corporate like goons that are trying to make money. You're getting a bunch of dudes that are a bunch of weirdos in the best way. They're just a bunch of weirdos, which is great. And I think that's why when we do conventions, putting the face to the name is so important, because they're just like, oh, you're just some normal dudes with like tattoos and you're pretty boring, which is pretty true. So,
The best is whenever Chad rolls into a convention with a white
a white t-shirt on.
What's
That's
the band name?
And khaki shorts.
Khaki shorts,
I
white
think
t-shirt.
I think the khakis are more problematic
Yeah,
than a white
not
t-shirt.
necessarily a white t-shirt.
I-
I'll fully support the white t-shirts. I wear white t-shirts.
It was a
I
gunship
have-
shirt.
I have
It's
one.
true.
Gunship shirt, that's it. Yeah.
Steph, does your shirt correcting you are?
Yes.
I like that.
sure
That's
is.
funny. You know what I can never get right? Is
Literally.
no, I've been trying not to say it,
Spelling
but
for you.
then I never get right.
Oh no,
That's
really?
an easy one.
I know it's so
Then
then is time and
Yeah.
then
is
is
quantity,
is-
more than, less than.
I'm still gonna forget.
This
I
is my
stress.
one of my biggest pet peeves.
Now and
Drives me crazy.
now and then is E. Then he said is E.
Then he
I
said,
am bigger than Josh Balls is
comparative.
Compare. So if you're comparing something,
yes,
it's A. But if
Yeah.
it's a measurement of time, it's E.
yes.
So
A for
I
amount. Why do A for amount?
okay. That
Now.
makes sense.
There you go.
But I always make sure my theirs are correct and my
I love
yours.
There,
are
there, and
correct.
there.
I love those little mnemonics. I remember when as a school kid, I remember the teacher telling us to remember the difference between stalactites and stalagmites.
I still can't remember that.
It's so beautifully simple. Stalagmites
wait,
with a
six-
G.
I'm an American. Let me translate. Stalactites.
Stalagmites.
Is that in a
Stalagmite.
cave?
Yeah, caves.
Yes.
That's if
Stalagmite.
they're like
They're the limestone
Yeah.
things, and one drips down from the ceiling and calcifies and hangs from the ceiling, and then the drips on the floor, like a
I love
candle in reverse, kind of climb up. So the stalagmites with a G are on the ground and might reach the ceiling, and the stalactites are on the C for ceiling and have to hang on tight.
Oh,
Don't
I
want
get
people
it.
doing that.
And I have never forgotten which.
That's interesting.
I've
So,
never
so
had difficulty
Doug,
remembering
when did
different
you start learning American?
Well, when I was, watching TV and movies, really. When I was a boy, my dad used to, this would never happen now, is how much the language has moved on in my lifetime. But my dad used to pick me up for saying, yeah, and okay, because this was American slang. So I'm talking about probably, I was born in 54, so it's, maybe late 50s, early 60s. But the influence of the American language on the English language has been a constant process through the 20th century because of Hollywood and TV. I would say, but the devil is in the detail, and I still run into trouble with it. Oscar Wilde said we're two people divided by a common language, and it's so true. When we bought our house, I told people we'd spent most of the last month decorating. And Steph said, if you tell people in America you spend a month decorating, they think you're like some kind of weird OCD obsessive.
Buying throw pillows and shit.
Yeah.
So what were you doing for a month?
I was renovating.
Yeah, decorating.
Oh,
I was doing home improvements.
that's decorating.
Yeah.
Decorating is painting and
No, we were
wallpapering and
scraping off wallpaper and plastering shit and sandpapering floors and staining floor. That's what we were doing.
That's
decorating.
That's decorating.
Sounded like we were standing around with,
fabric
swatches or some shit.
Yeah,
and you're
picking throw pillows.
And when we were doing the renovations and the home improvements, I'd go to Home Depot, not Depot, as it would be in.
I say Home Depot, right? Is that what we say?
Yes, but in the UK, it's a depot, not a depot.
Oh, all right,
so I would go to Home Depot and I'd be looking for a thing, and I know what it's called, but it isn't called that in America, and I don't know what it's called. So there were a couple of times where I was talking to assistants in Home Depot and I'm miming what the thing that does this, and because if I said I was looking for it, whatever, they wouldn't have known what I was talking about.
Well, you just take whatever you would call it.
Charades in Home Depot.
Well, you just would take
first syllable. Sounds like
whatever you would call it.
Two.
What would a really stupid person call it? And that would be your American.
Hey, honestly, just call Nathan and it'd be like, it's a screw gun.
And we have to measure it.
And he had to measure it.
God.
Measure it.
Josh, remember when we went to Walmart? This story isn't going to sound as funny repeating it, but I was in tears and I couldn't breathe inside Walmart. So we're in St. Louis at Trans World.
Oh God!
And it's like 1 a.m, right before they're getting ready to close, because we had to get that battery kit for your truck.
Oh yes, my truck died.
And it was my fault the truck died. I found out later. But so we walk in, and then Nathan, his Pittsburghese is coming in, and he's like, I need to go get a buggy. Yeah. And Josh was so caught off guard by that. Like, he started pointing at random things, and then, like, what did you say about the watermelon?
Me?
Yeah, you said, like,
I can't remember yesterday.
He was like, yeah, you got to get the watermelon. And then he was just like, anything that Nathan would say, he was just doing it. Oh God, it was so good.
I've heard buggy before, but I've never heard someone butcher the English language more than Nathan has.
You see, a shopping cart in the UK is a trolley. I've had to learn to call it a cart.
Yeah.
In the UK, it's a trolley. And the most difficult word in the American language is water.
Oh God.
it's the one I still have trouble with because I feel terribly self-conscious in a restaurant trying to order a glass of water. If they don't volunteer first and ask me if I'd like some, because if I ask for water, they're, oh, what? A glass of water?
Just say you want some Walter.
Oh, you want some water?
Water.
Yes, please. But I feel too self-conscious to try and drop into American.
Well, nor should you.
And ask for a glass of water.
Can I
Hey,
have
don't
the
change
wet
who you
stuff?
are.
Can I have the wet stuff, please?
H2O.
Nathan, what were you saying?
Call it H2O.
I was gonna say, hanging around Doug definitely has me think twice before I say.
Say
That's why
anything.
no one wants to talk to us.
It's like I used to be so.
Correcting them all the time.
I used to be afraid to curse when I was a child because I thought my dad was standing somewhere in the vicinity. Even if I was on the other side of town, I'd be like, I'm not going to say fuck because my dad might be right here.
Right behind you if you
My
do.
dad's going to beat me. So now I just have a lingering Doug. I'm like, Doug's going to correct me somewhere.
Can't
And I'm
say
like,
literally if I don't
Can't
mean
say
it.
literally.
I don't do anything quickly anymore. I do
Yeah.
in the appropriate time that it takes.
Yeah. And when I say literally, I go, is that literal? Is that...
I think about that every time I say literally.
Am I literally wrong about that? The next one I'll start on, which is really is my my bugbear, is fewer and less.
Oh yeah.
It's very
So,
common though.
If I eat, if I don't eat as many apples tomorrow as I did today, then tomorrow I will eat fewer apples and I will eat less fruit.
I don't like it.
For people,
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
whether you
Steph,
like apples or
Steph.
not is irrelevant, Josh.
Yeah.
It's that damn metric system.
Oh, I never understood the metric. I've always thought.
What did Chad say when we were at dinner to
Hot
like
chip.
Hot chips.
chips.
We already did that.
Right before you joined, we were talking about hot chips.
hot chips?
Yeah.
What a goofball.
He was trying so hard to do the whole European piece, forgetting that you're European, and then he.
I never
listen.
had anybody, and nobody would want cold.
I
Nobody's.
have to pee.
The concept of cold chips is just ridiculous.
That was super funny. Oh, he said in the chat, here we go again. Also, you know what? Brock Smith is in the chat, and he is actually one of our favorite vendors on Horror Hub. He makes awesome masks, does great stuff. He's been super cool. Is anybody else in the chat a vendor
Chad, by
on
the way.
Horror Hub?
Yeah,
I owe you
Chad.
an email, but everything was cool.
Chad says she offered me cold chips. She hated us.
But
She hated us
that's
all.
also the distinction, which was also doing my head in at the time, because you have to learn as an English person coming to America that chips are not chips; they're fries. And
Speaking of chips,
chips are crisps. So what you call chips in America, in the UK, are
They're
crisps.
Yeah.
So the notion of hot
There you go.
chips, there you go.
Nathan,
Wait.
take a bite of your rice cake.
I'm gonna eat a rice cake.
Yeah, I got a peanut M&M right here.
we have all health all across the board.
I had nothing. I had a mug of tea.
Do you have any water?
Black craft mug.
Oh, that's the Blackcraft mug.
I got cold
And
brew.
I got some water.
You guys don't have streaming snacks?
No, just cold coffee.
Look at this.
Yeah,
who's
I
doing
will,
this stuff over there.
Patiently waiting for my
Yeah,
delivery.
boy, would
Oh,
I love some
can,
too.
I can also announce as a kind of follow up to last week, by the way, that I have a verbal agreement with Tyson from Rare Bird Publishing. Just waiting to exchange deal memos, and then I will be going ahead to start recording the audiobook of Matt's book.
I love that
My
so
friends
much.
are creeps. So that is a happening thing.
Josh, talk about your root beer.
It's delicious.
I wouldn't
I
know.
wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Root beer is
I'll
sick.
send you guys some. It's been such a hectic week. Like we had to ship out. So on Monday, our root beer got batched in the brewery. I was doing a 13-hour stream, so I was trying to I was literally texting and streaming for 13 hours, trying to make sure everything was happening. Our root beer was exploding on the line at the brewery because pasteurized soda and heat didn't mix well. So they had to like dial back some of like, it was just the steam tables were making them explode. It was crazy. And then on Monday, I went to sleep. On Tuesday, I woke up and I literally taped boxes all day, like the shipping boxes all day, prepped all the things. And then Wednesday, I boxed 265 12 packs of soda individually by hand, put like the free gifts inside, taped them up, put the labels on them. What day of the week is it? It's Thursday.
Now it's Thursday.
So, and then yesterday we had to ship everything out. So of course we get hit by a hurricane. So it was horrible. The warehouse where we had all the root beer, the roof was leaking. So we had to move stuff around. I was literally bottling root beer and getting dripped on in the warehouse. And I was like, and then I moved over to the left and it sprung another leak and I got dripped on.
Got a little moist.
Three literally contraventions.
See, I will argue
I got
that's
out of
not
that was the
incorrect, though. It's not incorrect.
I said literally
may-
3 times.
It may have been unnecessary, but it was not incorrect.
We're gonna get a literary counter on this.
Ew. So I mean, but everything got shipped out. The product that had to go to my store for September 1st, I got it there for 11:55. We opened at noon for like local pickups and all that stuff. So it was great. The product is amazing. The butterscotch root beer, which I have here, there's root beer, butterscotch root beer, and birch beer. But butterscotch root beer is so fucking good that it's like disgusting.
There's dedication, by the way, everyone. What everything Josh just described, doing that himself.
Big water torture while you pack
fucking great
boxes.
So you have you kind of come up with the recipe for this root beer yourself, or are you?
So we actually got all the ingredients. So when we went to our first meeting, we talked about how we wanted it to taste. So we talked to an ingredients company and we said, hey, we want it to taste like this, 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 and this. So they built the ingredients and they sent us like 20 samples of like how we thought it would taste. So we tasted all of them. Whichever one we got was our favorite. We'd be like, all right, so this one's our favorite, but we want it to be, a little bit sweeter, a little bit smoother, a little bit crisper. And we sent it back and they sent us the improved one. Yeah. I know, I got the hiccups. I drank so much root beer, you have no idea. So it was basically sending it back to the ingredients company. And then once we had the right ingredients, we had to order all of the ingredients. So it's not a white label. A lot of people will do when they do root beer, they'll just take another product and white label it as their own. Like
the generic brands in grocery stores, just big brands, but with their label.
Yeah.
So is it? You said pasteurized. Is it like fermented but non-alcoholic?
Yeah, it's actually brewed, which is so it was the company that we used, the brewery that we used. This is the first time they did soda, and that's why we had some exploding on the line, because they were like, we can do this, but by like the math of how they think they were supposed to do it, they like put a little too much heat or something in there, and they were freaking. I got a phone call and the guy just like hung up and he was just like, okay, problems. So it was a little stressful, but it's a one of a kind, unique thing. And it's you can't taste it anywhere else. We have the only, this is our brand. It's not a white label. And it was 8 or 9 months of R&D and product development. And once you see how these things come out, like even like from the boxes to the packaging we have playing cards, we have even down to the merch. Like the boxes are beautiful. Like even when you open them up, the shipping boxes, there's the Parlor P is inside the box, the black inside box, and the outside box has labeling all over it, custom labeling. It was a very big process on like, actually the box company themselves had never done such a complex box, and they actually they had to like dial our original design back because they freaked out. So it was interesting, but it's amazing, and I hope everyone drinks it and everyone gets it. I'll send you guys some, everybody. So
yeah, looking forward to it.
Is that not expensive too, doing customized packaging?
Imagine.
We spent about $80,000 I
Wow.
think 80 or $85,000 in just packaging and product and development. And I was just like, well, I mean, Nathan knows. I mean, that's another thing. It's like Horror Hub is not cheap. Like a lot of people will just like, here's a website and we're putting it up. There's a lot that goes into starting a business that people don't understand. And
Mhm.
especially ones that are like not even passion projects, but like things that you're passionate about, you want to do it right. There's so many little things and little intricacies.
You have to
that
make an
just-
investment, you know, and that's how you have to look at it.
and you know, when I do something, or like, you know, when Nathan does something like Horror Hub, we put the time in, we do it correctly. And I think that's what shows so much, is like, especially with root beer, is just, you know, and Horror Hub and all the things that I'm connected with, is like those little details are so important. Like we spent, Nathan, we spent like a month or two just figuring out, you know, when people were onboarding onto the site, what's the easiest way that they can do that. And those are all custom, you know, all that customized software is pieced in piece by piece to be like by vendor request on how simple it is for them. Like, all right, so we were in beta for like 6 months. We're still technically in beta.
Yeah.
For like when people like onboard their stuff, you know, Nathan was taking Zoom calls with every single vendor and every single person, being like, what do you recommend? And what do you think, what would make this an easier process for you? And that's what I love so much about Nathan, is most people don't give a fuck about anything. And that's what I hate about having partners in general. And Nathan has been one of the best business partners I've ever. Usually I'm like the gnarliest. I'm the fucking crazy business partner that overworks and does shit. That's Nathan in this. And I love it so much because I've never had that experience in my life where I can trust, I trust all my business partners that on other parts I have, but, and they're all great and they're all amazing. But as a, you know, starting a business, Nathan has been one of the people that we mesh so well. And we like, even today we were on a phone call and I was like, here's what I'm thinking. He's like, I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't know if I should tell you. And I was like, and he just gets it. And, you know, and he works so hard all the time, and he takes time out of his day to do a lot of things that usually I have to do. And it's actually really refreshing that I don't have to be so hands-on as like, you know, as much as I usually am, which is amazing. Which, I mean, on the other hand, I should probably work harder because I'm an asshole. But, you know, and the other side of that is
like
just,
you need to work harder.
I do. I need to work harder. But no, Nathan is a great business partner, and he's a great, like, he cares about this site, you know, even though he doesn't, you know, when you go into his living room, it says Italia, and it's a living Olive Garden, where there's actually a Frenchman an Italian man that comes up to you and tries to take your order, and he has like a little thing wrapped around his arm when you get into his house, and he goes, "Mamma mia,
Mamma mia."
Bobbity.
Josh, remember meatloaf and meatball?
Hamburger.
You know, it's weird. I was in my office today, you know, actually talking about Horror Hub. I went upstairs to like there's a marketing guy upstairs in my building, and I was talking to him about SEO and doing all that stuff. And I walk into the building, and all I hear is someone was like, "Alexa, play Meatloaf," as I was walking by. And I was like, I turned to the right, I said, "I met him a couple weeks ago." And they're like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yep, see you later." And that was it.
And he was awesome.
No,
Yeah.
man,
Chad says he's Italian. It's not his fault. I do understand that. Italians are very serious people.
I'm not perverted. I'm Italian.
That's my
Nathan,
excuse
you need
now.
that.
Italian.
That was the Andrew Cuomo meme that was going around.
Yeah,
wasn't
which
it?
is so
What
accurate.
a great meme for the Italian people.
I can
What a
just
great
default
meme.
on that for everything now.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that's on shirts by now.
It has to be.
on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Those are shirts,
Yeah.
definitely.
I have to get
Stickers.
some for all the Italians in my life.
If it's
What-
not, it's on the back
actually-
of our Horror Hub shirts.
Yeah, true. I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian, and I like spooky stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to do the show live from your living room one week.
it'd be
We'll
so
We'll
funny.
eat Italian food. Nathan's
It's very
Actually,
comforting
when
in there, though.
When we moved in,
I'll pull out the noodle
this
maker.
house,
Make us some pasta.
the room that's kind of like our dining room
Yeah.
now had been decorated to be like some kind of Italian trattoria.
fucking
It
ridiculous.
was crazy.
It had like this
Um,
lattice work on the ceiling with like fake like
Nailed
like
to the
grape leaves
ceiling.
and shit, and it was really weird.
Fake
And then like the
bunches of
fake
grapes hanging down.
one
and-
room had the fake brick in it. That was it. The dining room.
Yes, it was.
I think I
Yeah,
just like must have
yes.
tried to
Yeah.
erase that out of my memory. Had like textured brick wallpaper in our water.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
it's-
everything you were redecorating.
Yeah,
felt like
redecorated.
that was what they, you come in and sit down. Luciano Pavarotti would be singing
Yeah,
Ooh,
Tuan
I do
Soriento
love
in the
that.
corner somewhere. You know.
I do love that. That sounds
our,
great.
our house had the worst wallpaper. And
Hey,
then
David, I just gifted
Yeah.
5 subs. Do I get any prizes?
yeah, let's do, let's
my
do a giveaway,
services.
shall we?
Yeah, that gets me in a nipple tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 subs
So-
and Nathan will change his shirt on stream.
So if you guys, in this channel, we're still a new channel. I mean, if you guys have the heart into you, or if you think a friend would enjoy this channel, it is September. So please subscribe to our channel, even if it's 1 gifted sub, 5 gifted subs. If you drop 100 gifted subs, we wouldn't be mad. We wouldn't be angry.
I'll
about
take
it
my
at
shirt
all.
off
Want
for
this to
that.
keep happening,
Which
subscribe.
makes sense. But yeah,
Why,
please.
there's no point, right?
Thank you, Cope and
Cope and
Coors,
Coors,
for the 5
love it.
gifted subs.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
speaking
you.
of nationalities, Steph and Doug, what nationality are you guys? American?
I'll let you into a secret. I'm not American.
What?
Damn.
Why am I here?
I am half English and half Scottish. I was born in Liverpool, and my daughter's been doing some ancestry.com stuff, and she's managed to trace a direct direct ancestry to a woman who was baptized in Liverpool in 1785. So I have
That's amazing.
I'm grounded in Liverpool for like 230 years. On my mother's side, I'm half Scottish.
So Steph, what about you?
Dangerous mixture, I think.
I'll second that.
Fiery mixture.
Wonderful mixture, but don't get on the wrong side of it ever.
Serbian,
Uh,
Italian, and Irish.
Wow, you
That's
probably
a
are.
combo.
You are angry. I can feel you punching me through the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I am too. Sorry, being Italian and Irish.
Really?
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right.
what is the Serbian?
My
your-
dad's Serbian, Italian.
Are you going to tell people your birth name?
Oh, my birth name?
Mm.
Oh, it
You
ends in
don't have
itch.
to.
It ends in
Itch.
vitch.
It
That's
ends
all you
in
need
itch.
to know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
in
ends in
bitch.
itch.
I'm trying
No,
to
I-
sign. Everyone has an itch. That's for sure.
Oh, wow. Son of Saint.
Shula
10
was
subs
my,
right there.
Shula
Thank
was
you, son
my
of Saint.
first husband's name, and I kept it.
Because you were already kind of professionally.
Yeah. Well, I
Steph
don't
Schuler.
want and my kids. I want my
So how do you pronounce it? Schulo.
Shulo,
Schulo.
Sciullo, but she answers to
whatever.
Sculio.
Scoliosis, sciolo,
Sciello.
Hey, listen. You can say.
Oh, well, the subs are coming in.
My last name is Balls. So
Really, I didn't know that.
I just get plagued for. I'm pulling up my 23andMe and seeing where I'm from. I forget.
Yeah, Josh, yeah, he's got a good last name. I like it.
Yeah, I'm plagued for
I
life.
can't see. I can't. Everyone calls you balls, and I just can't. You're
No,
Josh.
I find that difficult.
Yeah.
You can't call me Balls.
No.
You're either Josh or Balthazar.
Oh, I like Balthazar. So my mom's name is Sharon.
I know.
Yes.
Sharon Balls.
Balls.
Chat, just so you know, my mom's name is Sharon. She kept her after she got divorced to my father 30 years ago. She kept Balls, and her name is Sharon Balls, but her maiden name is Pickett. So it's like I know she got made fun of for like Pickett your nose and stuff like that. So
What about your like distant uncle or something?
Heine?
Tiny balls.
Tiny Balls. His name is.
Balls.
I guess his name is Heinrich.
Heine just
Oh,
sounds better.
God.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
am obviously it's 99.8% European.
Wow.
Northwestern European, French and German, British and Irish are my big ones.
So is that like a DNA analysis you had done?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's French and German is 37.5%. North Rhine Westphalia, Germany, I don't know what that is.
Mm.
And then
German.
British and Irish is Greater London, and Dublin.
Ah,
So just so you know, I'm a little British.
well, yeah, I'd be interested to get the DNA thing done, because I mean I only know that, you know, in terms of my dad was English, my mum was Scottish, therefore I'm Anglo-Scottish, but what mixture there may be before that. I kind of expected my dad's family to turn Irish, because if you can, they always say if you can trace your family in Liverpool into the 19th century, it's pitched to a toss that you're Irish, because so many people came over from Ireland during the famine and put down roots in Liverpool. It's always been a very Irish city, but that seems not to be the case. We seem to be solidly based in Liverpool for the longest time. No doubt we splintered off in different bits and pieces, but
I don't want to do the DNA thing, because
You
I'll
don't?
end up, you know, people end up getting like busted for like murders or something.
Did you wait? Steph, first of all, did you just admit to murder?
Not yet, not yet.
well,
Not
she's
yet.
obviously worried about it.
Yeah, I know. I just
I don't
got
wanna get it wrong, you know.
get
You won't
accused
get
of
it.
murder.
Anybody can carry out the perfect murder. It
Nah,
has
there
to
is no
be
such
you.
thing. There's no
The
such
perfect
thing.
murder.
There's
Well,
a
no,
perfect
think
crime by
that's
Dwight
'cause-
Schrute.
That's because you haven't heard of them. That's why it's
Well,
the
that's
perfect
what
murder.
Hitchcock said that by definition.
My
if
argument
the perfect murder
is-
has been carried out, we don't know about it.
You can't. The only reason people get away with murder is because the resources are not there to find the shit that you leave behind, because everybody leaves something behind.
Muck duck.
You know,
Muck duck, yeah.
you can luck out and end up, you know, killing someone and
And
that has a
every
police
time you
department
go,
that are
you
inept.
Take a piece of me with
Yes. So, you know,
That's their true crime podcast.
yeah. Well, that's how a lot of people are getting and people who think they got away with murder, like, you know, 40 years ago.
you. Yes.
They're finding their relatives
Mm.
through the 23andMe and shit like that. So I
Ancestry.
don't,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
what
I
was the,
probably
what was
am
the big
related
one
to
they
murders.
cracked through that? Was that the Golden State Killer?
D'Angelo? Did they get D'Angelo through that?
They, I think so. Well, no,
Possibly.
who was it? It was a big case, and they got like the brothers or a cousin's DNA
It
from
might be.
Ancestry.com, and then they fished a Coke can out of the trash and matched them.
Right? Yeah. I mean, very
Hey,
likely.
that's
It's
some
happening
shit.
a lot. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
don't want to know that I'm related to a
It's a
murder.
shitty way to get busted after you thought you got away with it all that time.
Yeah.
Right. Blame the Coke.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Blamed on the boogie.
We should ask the chat if there's anything they want to see on the network that we're going to kind of put together. Like, is there any kind of content now that we're talking about like true crime? You mentioned paranormal earlier.
Get rid of that English guy.
So how about, I keep asking, let's do a giveaway.
Oh yeah, let's actually do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
true.
what are we gonna give away?
I don't know. What are we gonna give away?
Do we want to start with the shirt?
Yeah, let's do a
Yeah.
shirt.
Let's do a
Sure.
shirt. Nathan, it was
a horror.
Bloodsucker or
hub.
which one?
Let's do Bloodsucker or Reaper, right? Yeah, Reaper.
See, there's another problem.
Let's do a Reaper.
You'll have in the UK, people are going to think that you're operating a hub for prostitutes.
We are.
Or hub.
Horror hub.
They whore me out.
Horror.
Like when you tell people who aren't familiar going to a horror convention, they're like, what?
All right, let's
Tell
pop
me
this up on
more.
the screen here. Let's do a little. Oh, forgot we changed that. So
What do we do?
there we go. Boom. There's this little Reaper shirt right here. What was it? 3 subs?
Make it 5. 5
5
subs
subs.
gets you that shirt.
5 subs.
Nice shirts.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Listen, you guys can. If someone donates 5 subs, that's like a steal for this shirt, because you know what?
It is.
I have it, and it's so fucking sick.
I
Yeah,
have
that
Um,
shirt's
Very
pretty sick.
comfortable too.
It's a good shirt. Hey, someone said, have a shirt, a thing on paranormal stuff and cryptids
cryptids.
would be amazing. I love
Yeah.
that so
Yeah.
much. Would be super sick.
We have lots of good stories about haunted things.
We have. We could touch on. I mean, I love.
It
all
doesn't
that.
come in white. Chad, go to sleep.
Does it come white?
It comes in khaki.
Yeah, it comes in khaki.
It comes with a pair of cargo shorts.
What were
A
those
button-down version of
pants called in the 90s?
Janko jeans? Oh,
no. Dockers.
Oh, look at that right there. Son of Saint, 5 subs.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Cool.
He's gifted. By the way, Son of Saint has gifted 20 subs tonight alone.
Hey, got himself a dang T-shirt.
Thank you very much.
Saint is going to win the overall gift as well.
Grab one of ours, or do we?
Yeah, do we want to show everybody what? Oh shit! Ghost of a
Ghost
Queen,
of a
5
Queen,
subs.
5 subs.
That's a
Nice.
shirt
Hey.
too.
Ghost of a Flea. Is someone,
Oh.
is someone called Ghost of a Flea?
Ghost of a Queen. not
Ghost of a
flea.
Queen.
That's
I
a,
thought we had a
that's
William Blake fan.
poem. Or I mean, painting.
I am the queen.
Yeah, you are, baby.
But calm down.
Sorry.
Jesus. David, not in public.
Are we suggesting we show people what we have?
Yeah, let's do the overall.
Yeah.
No subs for the
Show
end
and
of the
tell
show.
time.
So we got that one. If you want to bring it up on screen.
Pulling it up right now. That is
There's,
boom. Right there.
No, that's the
No.
other one.
Oh.
But that's
But
fine.
we
No,
have
that's
that
cool.
one.
We
Shit.
got
We have that
too.
one.
No, we're
That's
good.
an 11 by 17.
Let's leave that for the most
And the backstory again of that is that is actually taken. We had a separate day as a photo shoot to do the image that is on the poster of Hellraiser, and they asked Clive to be there so they could take pictures of Mr. Barker with his creation. So that's me and Clive together. That's an 11 by 17.
Do we want to leave that one for the most whoever
Won't be
gives the
signed
most
by me
subs
by
tonight?
Clive, but I will sign.
Yeah, I say this one here on the screen is the most gifted subs
Yeah. that's an
tonight.
11 by
Yeah,
17.
I really like that one.
You
And
really
I
like
really
that.
I really like it. And
Well,
let's
then give
pull
some
up
damn
the,
subs.
And then we have the 8
triple.
by 10
Yep.
that will be signed, personalized.
I named it on my control deck Triple Hell just because,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So if people are getting these, make sure that Nathan knows what specifically you want scribbled on it, and Nathan will send that through to me, and I, rather like Josh, will sign it myself.
We'll end
Put
your
it in
water
there.
on your head.
Put it, and well, we'll do that just so that Josh won't feel alone. Steph can drip water on my head while I'm doing it.
You have to.
And then I will put it in the envelope myself and seal it and print out the label and leave it on my porch for my lovely friendly postman to take away with him.
Sounds good. Someone says, we're talking about ketchup. See, now everybody knows about my aversion to
Oh.
ketchup, and they mock me in the chat.
So
least we all
David's,
agree
so
it's blue.
David's texting me outside of this. He said, "We need a video of some kind." David, I'm right here. You could ask me, what kind of video are you talking about, David?
Josh, I figured you would have a good suggestion so I can pull it up and get it ready.
A video for what?
I don't know, just something we can throw on the screen.
You get
a
bored,
talking point.
David?
No,
David,
not at
are
all.
you bored?
No.
Yes.
Josh is making me blush
David. The first time I show up on the show, you say you're bored. Wow,
because you're not wearing your
Wednesday?
nipple tank, damn it.
that's true.
How about let's look for some questions here in the chat. I think
Mhm.
some have gone by.
David.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you know what, Doug? You know, I do have a question. I was talking about, after, so me and my girlfriend, we
Girlfriend and
put
I.
on Hellraiser the other night in the hot tub. It was awesome. We watched Hellraiser outside in the hot tub. Beautiful.
That's fucking weird.
It's,
Hot tubs are
I
weird.
was watching you in my hot tub.
For a couple, I will
You
accept
think it's
that.
okay?
When guys, this
Oh,
is
well,
so
yeah, when they all
fucking
sausage
men.
themselves.
men sitting in basically their underwear, sitting together in a hot tub is the weirdest thing.
I wouldn't put that past
So
me,
strange.
David, or Nathan.
No,
So-
not at all. If we were
so
all
you
at a
know.
hotel and they're
It's
like,
like
let's
a-
hit the hot tub, we're going to hit the hot tub.
Weird.
It's
The
like,
next time I'm over at your house, balls, we're hitting that hot tub.
Yeah.
It's like people soup,
no,
you know?
it's just it is. It's like a bacterial soup.
Yeah.
It's not
Victoria's.
It is.
stock pot.
Yeah,
So
like,
we
anyway.
she just said You know what? She said, you know what I love about Hellraiser is they put pleasure and pain in the same category. And it is kind of beautiful to think about that is such a powerful message. I don't know if that's supposed to be portrayed through in anything, but the way it's like with pleasure with pleasure is pain and with pain is pleasure. It's almost cohesive, a cohesive thought or action, pleasure and pain. I don't know what quote you said in the movie, but it just meant so. I was like, man, that's pretty true. Without pleasure, there is no pain. Without pain, there is no pleasure. Do
What
you
is your
think
line?
that's
What's the line?
I don't fucking know.
were you in it?
Was I?
Apparently.
Oh shit! I'm being found out. let the real Englishman out of the closet. What do I say?
Well, I mean, that was Clive's whole thing, right?
Yes, I mean it's
The fine
the whole
line
movie
between the
is,
two.
is predicated on sadomasochistic sexuality. So sadomasochism operates on that line between the pleasure of pain and the pain of pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, it was so like engaging that.
On a simple basis, we assume these things are mutually exclusive. We assume that anything that involves pain is not pleasurable and vice versa. But it isn't always true, especially where sexuality is involved at any level, really. Clive was then pushing the envelope very strongly, but it's there in relation to Pinhead as well. It's very strong in The Hellbound Heart, which is the novella that Clive developed as the screenplay for Hellraiser, where the people come to the box with the promise of pleasure. It's pleasure they're fixated on. And when Frank, at the beginning of The Hellbound Heart, opens the box, everything happens at once. And Clive, I wish I had a copy of the book to hand, I'd read it. It's a brilliant description of everything happening at once. He can remember he's got 100 scent memories happening in his head at the same time. He's remembering snatches of conversation. He can hear birds singing. He can feel. He's hyper aware of every breath that he's taking, going into his mouth and into his throat and down into his lungs. Clive describes every dust mote hitting his skin. So he's hyper aware of everything. He also comes all over the floor because he's very sexually aroused at the same time. And all of this is happening at once and at the same time, and he can't control it. And he ends up on his knees screaming and begging for this to stop. Otherwise, he's going to lose his mind. So that's a very specific idea that Clive used brilliantly in The Hellbound Heart, of overload of pleasure.
Yeah.
When everything happens at once.
So is the fixation of the box, I hate to be crude or whatever, but is the box the box?
Box is a box.
Amazing
is
stuff.
The box. Are you asking me, is the box a vagina?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't.
That might be a question of the week.
It may well be.
Hey, Doug, you ever got that question?
No, I don't think I have, actually.
Well, I mean,
Not
lots
that
of
I
people
remember.
obviously insinuate that.
Yes, that's been,
Yeah, of course.
The box, you opened it. I came. Certainly, there's an element of Pandora's box in it, which is the Greek legend of Pandora, who opened the box, but specifically she let, I think there are different versions of it, she let all the ills of the world out. It's not, that bit is not, Pandora's box is not dissimilar to the story of Eve eating the apple in the Garden of Eden, you know, that it's curiosity and the desire to know. Pandora wanted to know what was in the box, and she wasn't prepared to accept being told what's in the box you don't need to know about. And that's basically the setup in the Garden of Eden. You don't eat that apple, because if you do, you'll learn about things that you don't need to know about. And that's, you know, that's enough for Eve to want to eat the apple. It's our blessing and curse as human beings that we want to know everything. We want to know the answers to everything. We want to know the secrets to everything. And there are consequences to unleashing those things, always. But it's our blessing and curse to want to push beyond that. So whether that is retained in the idea of Pandora's box, I honestly don't know. You know, to some extent, these are questions for Clive, you know, slightly above my pay grade. You know, I learned my lines and turned up on time, or
No way to
close to it.
minimize.
Then also it's the Faustian bargain. The story of Dr. Faustus, and particularly Christopher Marlowe's play. Marlowe was contemporary with Shakespeare, wrote a brilliant play, The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus. And the idea in there is that
I'm not familiar.
Is that Faustus has been on this journey, and he says, I've explored everything, I've read everything, I've learned everything, science, natural history, the philosophers, theology, everything, and it's not enough. I still don't know. That's echoed in Frank's line in Hellraiser, and the idea is that Frank is, you know, which is kind of implied visually in Hellraiser, that Frank has tasted every sexual perversity available to him, and he says it's never enough. There's always more. There has to be more. There must be more.
Well, I mean,
and in Faustus, that's
fair.
when Mephistopheles, the demon, turns up and says, "You want more? Oh, we can give you more. We can give you everything you want." And Faustus says, "Yeah, sure, great. I'll give me the contract. I'll sign on the dotted line." And of course, the downside of the Faustian bargain is the price of the bargain, which is your soul. So you get everything you ever wanted, and you're damned in eternity for doing it. Which, you know, in the 16th century, when Marlowe was writing, that was a very real and very powerful idea. More, you know, it's an idea that we might tend to laugh at somewhat these days. The idea of being, you know, your soul being, your immortal soul being damned for all eternity in hell. But it was a very, very, very real and immediate issue for people in the 16th century. A very powerful idea.
I have to read this this comment somebody wrote. I won't even try to read the username, because it's 3D Katamari, possibly. I don't know. Clive was obsessed with including penises in his movies. Have you seen Clive's artwork? Or anything Clive does?
Here's another clue for you all. Clive is a homosexual. He likes penises.
Peni.
Peni.
Penis.
The plural.
You know what? You know, speaking of not penis, but which is shocking because I feel like that's many of the topic. I feel like, I mean, I throw that issue all the time with myself of wanting more and wanting more, especially with, like, you know, I feel like, you know, when things go well, are they going well enough? And can I make it go
better?
Better? Yes.
He was gonna say Weller. Weller was coming.
more well
More
than what it
Weller.
is now.
So I don't know if that's a feeling of like, where is my end and where do I want to be in life? And, I feel like that conversation that you just had is sometimes a conversation I had myself all the time. And especially with like my girlfriend, like I want to spend more time at home with my dogs and more time with my girlfriend. And, I shoot myself in the foot and start
But
things
you
like
have 265 boxes to pack, so
Yeah.
you can't.
so I can't. So I mean, at that, I feel like a lot of people struggle with that
Sure.
I would love to be content with the things that I have, and I am. I love everything that I have in my life. Every business I have, every person in my life is. But I want to give everybody 100% of me when it's hard to retain 100% of myself. So I mean, I understand those philosophies and where those things have come from because I hold them to myself all the time, and I feel like everybody here is also one of those people. It's a tough to grab onto things like who am I making proud? What am I doing? And what am I doing it for? And when am I going to stop?
See, I feel like when things are going well, then something is bound to, yeah, something's bound to go wrong and terrible. And yeah, I get very suspicious when things are going well.
Well, I mean, that's a
This is
horrible
very
way
suspect.
that's a horrible way to look at
We're
things.
sorry, it's been a big mistake.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
That's
today.
my nature.
See, what happens to me is like I live every day like it's peaches and cream. I go 100% in positivity and forward, and then things just crash down on me like out of nowhere. And that's where like today I had literally on my way to stream today, I was heading home and I got like 4 different phone calls of like, hey, like my assistant was like, hey, I was running stuff to the bar and I had a flat tire. And then the people from the bar called me and said, hey, dry ice didn't arrive. And then I had another person from the bar call me and go, hey, the POS system isn't connected to the internet. I don't know what to do. And I was like, what is happening? What is going on? Like, and it was like all these different calls.
If you just expect bad shit all the time, then you're not surprised. So that's kind of how I
also
live.
you have a lot of plates spinning in the air
Yes.
at once. So it's the law of averages says there's always going to be a plate falling off somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like Brian Regan, Steph's favorite comedian. He has this thing of, why does anybody want to be president? You imagine, the process of being president is every morning being woken by someone going, Mr. President, problems,
Yeah.
problems, Mr. President. And that's every single morning. And who the hell wants to put themselves through that?
No.
Yeah, story of my life, honestly.
But
President
you
Ball.
shrug it off.
I am the president.
You deal with it, you shrug it off, and you wake up the next morning in peaches and cream, rather than you don't wake up, or you don't seem to wake up with, oh, fuck this, I can't go through another day of this. I'm sure you do.
I do. I mean, I don't treat, if I had a bad day, I don't treat the next day based on that bad day.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of my, I hope that's a positive thing and not a negative thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't dwell and I try to look forward, but also, again, my girlfriend is so wise and so like way too intelligent. I'm an idiot and she's super intelligent. She's like, well, some things you have to, because we've had this talk, Steph, how she is a
Psychology major.
psychology major. So she really knows like she understands the importance of conversation and past and present and future and not just future. You know what I mean? Like, so she tries to reel me in sometimes, and she's like, I try to look to her for guidance with those sorts of things, and I'm like, but I don't ever want to hear it. You know what I mean? That's the worst part.
No, it's hard. It's hard putting that into practice because I didn't go to school for psychology or anything like that, but it is like my nerd thing. I read psychology books and listen to psychology lectures, and I, in part, to become my own, therapist, really. But it's hard, even though you may understand it all and understand the importance of seeing things that way in positive ways. It's hard to put it in practice sometimes. You know what I mean?
And I'm trying to learn. I went to a therapist. I was I should go to one again. It's been years,
Everyone
but you know,
should.
everyone should.
Yep.
Like
I did
Nathan needs to see
for
a
a while.
therapist just because he will not move. He's been just like this.
Is he frozen? Is he sleeping? You sleep?
He says it's almost yeah. So,
This comes back to Hellraiser in a way, because for Clive there is a special place in hell reserved for psychiatrists.
Well, that's different. Psychology. I'm not a fan of psychiatrists. Psychologists, yes. Psychiatrists,
and for
no.
psychologists,
No.
in a way, he plays both ends against the middle with this. I mean, he was obsessed with the Freudian idea, which is that all
Nonsense.
all of culture and all of civilization and everything that you were describing, Josh, the relentless drive to succeed and the relentless drive to do better, the relentless drive to come up with a new idea, and having got a new idea, then you have to see that idea through to fruition and make it work and make it work better and make it work better. That's all the denial of death. It's all about the denial of death, and making art is all about playing with your shit. And
Not a fan of Freudian shit.
Clive was fascinated by all of that stuff, but he hates the idea that somebody might explain him away to himself. That someone might explain his creative urge, his creative wellspring as neurosis.
I don't think psychology doesn't do that, though. What psychology does is give you the tools. You know, psychology doesn't say you have to change. Psychology says, okay, this is you.
Yes.
How do you manage this? Psychiatry attempts to change you, I think.
The Jungian model, and I've always been very much a follower of and a believer in the Jungian model of
Yes.
of the mind, but Jung's whole thing is about being in contact with our unconscious mind to make the contents of the unconscious mind conscious, and that for Jung is what our life's journey and purpose is to make our unconscious mind conscious. I think with Clive, his fear is that if you do that, then you've taken all the unconscious elements out, which is where the interesting shit lies, and is what fires the art, is what everything that's in the subconscious.
Yeah, I've never feared that. The only thing I've ever feared is, you know, the idea of medication, and I think a lot of artists fear going on medication for, you know, depression or anxiety or ADHD or whatever, and they think, well, if I take this medication, is it going to take my creativity away? Is it going to change me?
Yes.
You know, I think that's a more you know, that's more of a real fear than oh, if I, you know, go see a psychologist, I'm going to become a different person. I don't think that's necessarily true at all. You know,
yes,
it's just, you know, psychology helps you to deal with shit a bit better, I think.
Yeah, I was always kind of moved by people diagnosed with bipolar who did not want to take their medication, because they said, while I would give anything to have this depression taken away from me when it hits, I can't live without the highs.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, our chat is amazing.
Is it?
It's so funny.
I can't
like
see anyone.
we're having such the best part is like we're having such serious conversation, but it's like it's David, Nathan, he's dead as a door nipple. Need a zombie emote. Nathan looks like he drank 3 Red Bulls and is crashing.
Yeah, is he dead? Are you dead, Nathan? No, he's there. He's moving. He's moving.
Just
all right,
barely.
what we need to do, let's get Nathan up and moving. If somebody donates 15 subs, He's gonna put a nipple tank on for us.
Can someone
15
please
subs.
donate? If listen, someone seriously donate 15 subs because it'd be amazing. Because he'll have to do it now. We
Yeah,
have to, so we have to liven Nathan up. So I think you know what livens Nathan up? Subscriptions.
Oh.
Oh, bad rice cakes.
Or even,
so-
or
How many
even if
did
it's
you
like
put?
5, 5, and 5. So if we do 5 from 3 different people, you know, like
No,
let's-
true. That's how we get our subscriptions.
These
We have
things
to
cost.
listen.
I'll
And
donate
also,
50.
he goes. So Nathan goes to the gym. So
at 8 a.m.
I'm sure you guys want to see him in a nipple tank. It's great. We've gone off the rails a little bit, but no, I mean there's so much you can dive into, and it's like I love, that's why, I love to be around people that are just intelligent human beings because I'm an idiot in the best way. Because I'm a sponge and I love listening to people. Like I love listening to people and understanding how they think, and like just listening to you guys talk about, you hate this or this, but it's and it's the same world but two different worlds is so important. And it's just like mind-boggling. Yeah. See, I don't know how
What
to
are you
talk.
trying to say?
I don't know. I'm losing my mind. It's been a long day. It's been a very
It's
long
He
day.
goes to the gym on purpose.
Yeah. All right. So if we
Walk
get
into
all
a
right.
gym. How the hell did I get here?
So towards the end of the day, obviously, if we can get a 1 sub club going and get 15 subs, I think we might be able to get Nathan to cut that shirt into a nipple tank.
A crop top.
Yeah.
Crop top. Don't ruin a good don't ruin a good horror hub shirt. But guys, today is this week is
This
it's
month.
September. This month, the whole month.
Yeah, the whole month.
So the entire month of September, all subs are 20% off. So please, if you like what you guys see on our channel and you love what we're about, please give some subs to your friends, get them, or at least, make sure you follow us and post what we're doing. And but please throw us a follow, throw us a sub, throw everybody subs. I don't know what I'm talking about, but
Son of
sub towards
Saint.
me.
All right, hey, 14 subs to go.
Hey, all right, we're kicking off the 1 sub club. Anybody else with 1 sub?
Yeah,
Son
we
of Saint.
have to see this. Like, I will go to sleep very disappointed tonight if this doesn't take
That's
place.
really worrying me that you're really pushing for this, you
He
guys.
seems
Oh,
very
they-
excited. I'm tempted
if
to
I
say
just-
we're not going off the air till we get.
I
these
just want to
15
pick on Nathan a little bit because he's been so quiet since I've been here.
No,
No,
he
so
was the life of the party before.
He was.
Crop top. I'll just go put that one on.
Elliot.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Proximate.
Uh-oh, Nathan.
He
We
wants to
got
see
some.
it.
2 subs.
It's all
Nate-
about the legs. See
Nathan
these
has great legs. Put your leg
Do you have
higher.
pants? Do you have pants on?
Yeah, they're shorts.
Well, we almost got permanent ban from Twitch right there. I must say, when we were doing load in at Comic-Con,
Hi, Matthew and Abby.
Nathan was in a he was in a cutoff tee, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
wearing shorts with like the compression leggings underneath
Short
it.
shorts.
You
Yeah.
getting aroused, Dave?
And David was very happy.
Oh boy! Hey, this is about
the
to
real
happen.
salty beard just
Oh,
gifted
good.
5 subs.
So what are we at right now? There's
7.
5, 7. Oh
we're,
god!
we're almost halfway there.
Oh,
Chad, donate some subs or you're fired.
Chad just saw
He
the-
could fire you.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
fire him. But yeah, please give to this, and please tell your friends whenever we post an Instagram thing. We are trying to grow this channel. If you have any ideas for guests or things like that, or any kind of fun or anything you want us to dive into, any topics that you want, Doug and Steph to talk about, please. They're always listening. Someone's always listening. I think it's Santa. I don't know.
10 new viewers just showed up. Welcome.
10 new viewers. Hey guys,
Oh,
Puzzle Box
uh-oh.
4, 5. We have
Uh-oh.
12.
12.
12.
3
Oh, I thought
subs
I
ago.
pushed it over the edge.
We'd go. Come on, new viewer, buy a sub.
Yeah, three subs.
Hey, if
Oh,
you're a new
man.
viewer, please follow the channel. We appreciate it. You're great. It
I've
is
never heard the
September.
expression nipple tank.
I haven't
before.
either. I
If
have
you're,
to-
Really?
if you're a new viewer,
Well,
there's gonna
no,
be a guy
I have
wearing
visions that if we reach 15 subs, Nathan's going to be immersed into a tank full of nipples.
That's exactly what it is.
Hey Josh, you got a request a few minutes ago in the chat. Next time you're on stream, it has to take place from your hot tub.
Oh, I would
Oh,
love
Cope and
Hey!
Wait, David, you need to put some like stripper music on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
What's that song? What's
The Party Boy theme song.
So I have to do a nipple tank.
Hold on.
wait, let me what's the name of that
stripper music?
Yeah,
It's called The Stripper.
oh, it is called The Stripper.
is.
Oh,
called
just the
Yeah.
stripper.
The Stripper, yeah.
All right, let's pull up
My
a
girlfriend
YouTube.
David
wants-
by David Rose and his orchestra.
Go back in there.
Oh, absolutely. All right, hold on. Let me mute the Spotify going. Some Carl Casey in the background. And then we're going to put this on. What we're going to do, too, we're going to make Nathan full screen.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Nathan, do you regret coming on to Down with Hell with Doug Bradley today?
Never again. Never again.
Hold on.
you
I'm just gonna stop on my phone.
I think
Hey,
the
hey.
exhibitionist in you is we're going to do a.
All right, here we go.
Just look at my legs. They're nice shaved legs.
Or hot tub
You
next to
shave your legs?
Shaved them just now. Yeah, they're nice and smooth.
I think shaving your legs while we were doing the show.
While we were doing it.
I was over here shaving during the show.
All right, Nathan, you're up.
Nathan, you have to please the people. Are you gonna be able to?
to?
Wait, you have to get approval from. This is Doug and Steph's show. You have to get approval for them first.
But I gotta go get a nipple tank.
Well,
You
have to
said you
ask
had
them
one
if
in the
you're-
room.
if it's okay with them.
Well, I think the people have spoken, so you
All right, there you go.
can't let
You
them
heard it
know.
out.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna cover my nipples up with rice cakes.
No. Go get.
How many
Go
rice
get it.
cakes have you eaten in the
It's
course?
got to be 15 since the stream started.
So we're not going anywhere, Nathan, until you. So I'm here.
Oh, you got it good.
I'm out of M&M's.
Come on, I gotta get a nipple tank. I'll be right back.
We have nothing. What's in the fridge?
You guys have
Uncooked pies.
We've got some tomatoes, some watermelon.
Watermelon.
Some tomatoes.
Watermelon.
tomatoes?
Yeah, that's what you said at Walmart. You said tomatoes.
The watermelon.
Look at that pretty. Look at that little cute watermelon.
Nice.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go on the record. This has been the best stream so far.
Dude, to make it even worse, I walked into the room and my girlfriend's in there listening to it and there's stripper music playing.
Oh, well, I couldn't. We can't hear the stripping music. We missed that bit.
Yeah.
Look at that, everybody.
Here,
Hey,
Good.
look at all those rice cakes. Those look like good rice cakes, though.
those are rice cakes. Those rice cakes are loaded up with peanut butter and jelly.
Wait, do you put peanut butter and jelly on them?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
are you prepping 15 rice cakes before the stream?
Yeah, I had to sit here all night long on something to eat. Yeah.
Oh my
See, what you guys don't know is when I'm watching the stream, I'm just eating these things all night. But now you had to watch me eat them tonight. So.
Like ASMR.
worth every sub, everyone's
ASMR.
saying.
AMS,
Worth
ASMR.
every sub.
Here's the nipple tanks. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, hey, not on. Hey, not on stream. So if you gift another 1 sub, Doug will put on a nipple tank.
I don't own a nipple tank.
Oh, Nathan can make you one very quickly.
Oh, we'll get you one.
Unless you have one that I could squeeze into.
I don't know
Maybe a
about
small-
that.
Got a hand here. People. You keep asking me to say hello. Hello.
I'm being very forceful.
Say hello to Matthew and
No.
Abby. Hello, Matthew. and Abby.
Hey, Matthew Corsi. We have this word in America. It's called
Yeah,
please.
please.
So
Sit it
please say
down.
please.
Sit it
No,
down,
that-
Matthew.
that's
We're
right.
here all night.
Yeah.
Anyway,
need- no need
Matthew
to
and
be
Abby,
rude.
there you go. Hello. You can stop demanding that I say hello to you
Yes.
now.
Hey, I will,
Hi.
Matthew Corsi. I will poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
What do you,
like that.
what's Matthew Corsi saying?
Nathan,
did.
you.
Just did Matthew or Matthew.
She just said, hi.
Good Lord.
All
See
caps,
there,
everything.
Thank you. All right. Any chance for a Hellraiser TV series? That's a.
Any chance for what?
A Hellraiser TV series.
Apparently it's.
How would we know
it's-
that?
Supposedly it's in oh god, what's the phrase? My
Pilot
Alzheimer's is
is
kicking in. It's in
I know what you're talking about. In
development.
production. Development. That's it.
Nothing-
That's the
nothing-
word I'm trying to find.
We're actually starting a Heckraiser TV series.
with,
So.
with HBO
Sweet.
Max, Hack Razor.
Yeah.
HE double hockey sticks
Na-
razor.
Nathan's a Cenobite.
Yeah. Rice cakes and
Kinda
bite.
like-
You get a
rice
Nathan. You
cake.
get a
That's what
haircut.
Hey,
Pinhead would turn you into an enormous rice cake,
speaking of Cenobites,
perpetually
if
dribbling
so,
peanut butter and jelly everywhere you went.
I'll be a
oozing
rice
from
bite.
your nipples.
He would
we
love
were,
that.
If so, David, Nathan, and myself, if we were Cenobites, what Cenobites would we be? Obviously, not like I'm not saying the chatter or anything. I'm saying like if we were separate Cenobites, what would our Cenobite be?
Yeah, what would our characters be?
I would be.
Well, yes, you would have a baby made of rice cakes, and you would be perpetually nursing it. And your nipples would be oozing peanut butter and jelly that you would be feeding your baby with.
Your rice cake baby.
Yeah.
So I have peanut butter and jelly oozing out of my rice cake nipples.
So
Rice
he is
cake.
he's a rice cake Cenobite.
Yeah.
That makes sense. David is like a
He would be something with technology.
yeah, he's a computer
Really?
Cenobite.
Yeah, I'm just a computer.
Like,
He's a software update. That's what David is. Or no,
Perpetual
David
software
David's
update.
David's a router. That's what David is.
Yeah.
David has a MacBook and it just opens and closes like Pac-Man.
He would be perpetually laughing and giggling.
I'm always laughing. That's all I fucking do.
Always. That's all you would ever do as a Cenobite. You would just laugh and laugh and laugh for the rest of
on his computer
for
screen.
the rest of time.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
Josh.
Look, Josh would be a hot dog.
Hey, now that's
A
way to
hot
end
dog
the stream.
loaded in ketchup.
Yeah.
I love ketchup. I
Yeah.
would dip a hot dog like this in
Into the-
ketchup, like this.
What are you doing? Jesus.
I was dipping, but it turned into a weird like.
That's yeah. No, that's not that. We're not that kind of hub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the wrong hub.
Different
Hello.
hub.
Oh,
Wonders
Nathan's
now.
halfway
Shake
there
weight.
already.
Shake weight.
The shake weight. Can we? Is there a shake weight like
Oh, for sure
advertisement?
there is. Absolutely there is.
Oh God.
Oh, there. Wow. Oh my God. There's the South Park one. Jeez, these videos are something else. I'm not gonna play one of those.
Don't
We're
play
not that
those.
kind of hub.
No, you keep those shake weight videos out of here.
They're so dedicated though. Like they're so serious in the advertisements. It's like, how do you prep for that?
I don't know. I love infomercials.
Hey, remember dial-up internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it would be like, and you couldn't be on the phone at the same time.
Oh. Hang up. I want to go on the internet.
That was the good old AOL days.
Yeah.
Those are better. Those are better times.
AOL, yeah, that was I started with AOL.
Yes.
ICQ, that was the other one, you know?
I don't remember that one.
What are you talking about?
No. So
That was a great stream. Did anyone have any questions about Horror Hub in the chat, or David, what are you pointing out?
Early on, people were when we were talking with Nathan about
Okay.
the marketplace
Yeah.
and how it worked, and Horror Hub versus Etsy. People were asking, people who obviously were artists or vendors were asking direct questions about how Horror Hub is operating.
Good. So drink more fucking root beer.
yeah. and that-
Root beer is sick.
So do we want to give another few seconds?
Yeah, we got a couple. We got what, 2 giveaways left. We have one more shirt, and then the final prize.
Final prize.
Well, whoever gives the most subs.
So it
So
was.
so far, the Son of a Saint is winning by 9 subs to have the highest subs. Copen Cores, which is my good friend Bill, is the second highest with 12 subs.
Yeah.
Here's blood. Here's the last Horror Hub tee we have. It's called Bloodsucker.
Let's see that thing.
Look at that.
That's a good tee.
Cool.
That's a great tee.
That's a great tee.
Next stream, Nathan will model every shirt.
There we go.
I'm gonna wear that tee tomorrow, actually.
You should. That's a good one. Is this what, Josh? 5 subs again for this shirt?
Yes.
5 subs.
And then we
Indeed.
should
This will be at last minute subs, and then we'll get the
we'll get the total
Yep.
for the,
We'll-
Total gets the Clive. Is that an 8x10 or is that?
that's 11 by 17.
11-17.
Okay.
Oh, that's huge.
That's a big size. Oh yeah.
Signed by Doug.
I have to make-
Personalized by Doug.
Make sure I've got an envelope big enough to put it in.
Walked to the
I'll fold
post
it in
office
half.
by Doug.
So
No, I
if,
don't. I
if
leave it
someone
on-
gives
leave it on the
five,
porch for the mailman to take.
if someone gives 5 subs for this t-shirt, they will also get it personally signed by Nathan. Right inside
peanut butter and jelly on it.
from Nathan. Here is a t-shirt. It's called Bloodsucker, personalized
Bloodsucker.
by Nathan. I guess maybe no one wants the shirt.
Do we sell horror hub nipple tanks? That's a good question. Do we sell
Oh, you
these?
should start now.
I think
Yeah,
so.
there's no reason
I'm
why
gonna
we
say
can't.
I'm gonna say no.
Sell that nipple tank.
Please not
Yeah.
do that.
Use nipple
Comes
tank.
complete with Nathan's DNA.
I guess no one wants the shirt.
And
You know,
peanut
maybe
butter
maybe
and jelly.
everyone's
I'll
maybe
buy
everyone's
every nipple
subbed
tank
out.
available.
I see what you did there. They're all subbed out.
I'm tapped out. I gotta save for a concert next week. Bill, that's fair. What concert are you going to? That's fine. Maybe people are tapped out with subs for the day.
I get that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, maybe we
Well,
just.
who's the big winner then for the?
It's the son of a saint.
Yeah, son of a
he,
saint. He's got 21. This is your last minute or two to get these subs in.
Yeah.
You
no,
better
it's-
get a timer up on there where there's no controversy.
There's always controversy. This is America.
Controversy creates cash. Eric
Um,
Bischoff.
Yes, it
No,
does.
it's good. Incarceration. Bill, will I see you there? Because I will be there all 3 days.
What's
I will
that?
be. Incarceration is a music festival that I will be. So Space Zebra has a. We're gonna be like interviewing bands all day and talking about music during the festival. So.
Right.
it'll
Where's that
be
at?
Ohio.
Okay.
Mansfield, Ohio, right? Is it?
Yeah, man.
An hour away from me.
Mansfield. Go check out the prison.
Yeah, do.
That's where it's at.
Oh,
I'm
pretty
is there
sure.
is there a haunted thing there?
That's, no, it's,
at
that's where the
the prison.
At the
Shawshank
prison?
Redemption was.
Oh shit! It's
Yeah.
at the prison.
I'm pretty sure it's,
Oh, it's at the
there.
prison. Yes, it is at the
It's
prison.
At the prison.
Yeah, well,
I'm doing some kind of live walkthrough of a haunt, and I don't know what it is. They were telling me about it.
Well,
Probably
it's
the prison.
probably, well, Brian Dembski, who I've mentioned before, who's an incredible artist. He does a
Son of a
lot of
saint, I'll see you
haunts.
there.
He transforms the prison into a haunt. I mean,
Mhm.
it's already pretty fucking haunted.
Oh, then I must be. I must be doing a tour of it then. 'cause
blood prison, I think they call it.
it sounds about
Right.
familiar.
Yeah.
The Son of
It's,
Saint is also going to be at incarceration.
The Son
It's,
of Saint.
um,
I'll see you there.
But
Uh,
that's
bring
where they
Josh a
shot
hot
the
dog.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption is a great movie. Is that where it was filmed?
Yes,
Yes,
Oh, that's
we did an overnight there.
really that's
Yep.
Did.
Ghost
I
hunt.
love that.
Yep.
ghosty
We need to
hunting.
do a show from. Is it there or the
We need to go to Trans Allegheny.
Trans
You guys need to
Allegheny.
go to Trans Allegheny.
If we can work out a way to do that, I would love to do that. We could do like, like 3 shows in a day. We could do one during the day,
Yeah.
introducing it, and we could do like this in the evening, and then come back on like at midnight for
Yeah.
a couple of
I think
hours.
it's a great idea.
Whoa.
Favorite place.
Whoa.
Oh, Salty Beer just gifted 20 subs.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
We've
alright.
got, hey, we got some competition right now.
We got a battle on our hands here.
Yeah,
How many does he have?
I think he's gonna take the
30.
lead on that one.
They're at 30 now.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
God bless salty
now-
beard, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I brought out Doritos.
Yeah.
The real
Salty
beard.
Beard, thank you.
Hey, the real salty beard. You are an angel. You
Thank you,
are
Salty
are
Beard.
great. These are great.
That's a new name, too.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah, I haven't recognized that. Well, there's a few new people here.
Which is good.
So
thank you, everybody.
Yes.
So if you would like a personalized 11 by 17 from Doug, that will go to the top gifted subber, which we are stopping soon.
Yep.
So the only close one to you, the real salty beard, is the Son of a Saint. Son of a Saint. Do you have any last minute subs you want to possibly win that personalized 11 by 17 while I eat this Dorito?
David, you
We
better
have
get
20
a
subs going once.
I see it on the screen. Yeah, we'll stop it. We're at 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 25 seconds on the stream. We'll let it go to 2:10. So 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Here we go.
We were gonna do some. Doug was gonna do a live reading, but we didn't get to it. So maybe next week.
This was a fun episode. I had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'll show up again in a nipple tank. We'll
I
see.
love Doritos. Oh my God, the Son of a Saint! You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
9, 8,
7, 6.
6,
Happy New Year.
5, 4, 3. Or do we
That's it.
do we have a balls drop?
Balls drop. That is incredible. That's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. If we don't do a New Year's stream and then have a ball and have Josh Balls like come down from a rope, yeah,
by his belt loop and just drop him down.
I'm going home.
like Sting,
Balls.
WCW.
Oh yeah.
All right, Son of
Okay.
Saint conceded, so that's Salty Beard's the winner.
Well done, Salty
Thank
Beard.
you.
Make sure Nathan knows exactly what you want. If you want it dedicated to you personally, and if you want a quote or whatever you want, within reason and the
Within
law,
reason.
I will put that on for you. Make sure Nathan has those details.
The devil's
Other
in
than
the
that-
details.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for
Bye, guys.
coming out.
Hey, we
is
actually
not-
don't have to leave Zoom for our post-stream call
good.
because we're all here.
All
Oh, we
right.
don't. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Technology. I definitely am that Cenobite.
And send everyone away and talk amongst ourselves.
Yes.
And
Did
then
you
we can-
end the stream yet, David?
No,
We can
I was
make-
waiting for like Jerry's final thoughts or words, whatever we're gonna say.
End the stream, David.
Okay, Josh. Have a good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Make
and
sure you
listening.
follow us.
Take care. We love you. Peace and pain.